This is the hotel next to Kendrick's new apartment in Brooklyn, where Twitter user EbonyPrince2k24 first posted this video of the items from the Meet the Grams cover. Some have speculated that Kendrick is running the account, using it to reveal more of his evidence before he drops another song. But new posts have revealed that he's likely a former security employee at New York City's prestigious The Mark Hotel, and a member of the Ballroom House, the iconic House of Ebony. It all started in January 2023, when Ebony witnessed an incident involving Drake, his associate Chubbs, and journalist Christopher Alvarez at the Mark Hotel. That led to 2 staff members at the hotel being fired. The first visit occurred the same day of a Drake New York concert, where Drake was forced to stop his show after a fan fell from a second-floor balcony into the crowd. This screenshot shows that whoever runs the account has CCTV footage of the night, and he also hinted that Drake was rude to service providers during whatever went down. Interestingly enough, Alvarez is posted from this exact same rooftop next to Kendrick's new apartment from the Meet the Grams video. To make things even weirder, 616 has this sound sampled at the start, which some people are now speculating is the sound of Alvarez's respirator. Alvarez still has an Instagram story dedicated to Drake on his account, which implies that he wasn't the victim of this altercation, but something else could have went down that night that the 2 fired staff members witnessed. It reminds me of when we all found out that Stephen Hawking was on Epstein's flight logs. Recently though, Alvarez liked 2 comments related to Ebony's allegations on his latest Instagram post. Fast forward to July, and Drake went back to the Mark Hotel in the middle of these protests led by a 19-year-old activist that was throwing serious accusations against the Mark for serving underage teens and having ties to Epstein. EbonyPrince claims that he has footage of Drake from this day, because he was assigned as security for Drake after Drake was assaulted by the protesters on the 17th of July. The July incident likely took place at a restaurant inside the hotel, Caviar Caspia, whose CEO was quoted in saying, "What happens at Caviar stays at Caviar. We never say no, or at least we always try to find a way to please the customer. There are many, many stories. If these walls could talk, they would have an endless amount of stories. Thank God they can't." Ebony claims that the incident he has proof of occurred on the 27th, which lines up with Drake's last show in New York that year on the 26th. So then how did he get his hands on the items from the Meet the Grams cover? The prescriptions and receipts from the cover are dated July 2023, which lines up with the story. Ebony claims Drake left the items in the hotel during the stay, and then Ebony got them from the Lost and Found, planning to auction them off after Drake's death. What's clear here is Ebony's motivation is money, and that's the reason why he's mad at DJ Akademiks and Drake. When DJ Akademiks was reacting to the Heart Part 6, he admitted to spreading misinformation that the briefcase belonged to Drake's father, when we now know for sure that it's Drake's stuff. There's a chance that Drake bought them, leaked them to Kendrick, and then planted the dirt to try to discredit him. And it seems that now Ebony is having trouble selling the information, when that was the whole point of this, because Kendrick's camp backed away after the Drake response that the items were planted. Ebony is still taking Kendrick's side. He has a Pan-African flag in the back, that's also his Twitter profile picture, and he's even claimed that he's given Kendrick more information than just the photos, likely whatever was in those tapes. Ebony's still trying to find a way to make money off these items, so he's offering them to anyone who's willing to pay, including Drake, which would be a way out for Drake to turn around and then say that all the dirt is fake and planted once it's in his possession. Interestingly enough, both Drake and Kendrick have previously rapped about information or collecting dirt from a briefcase. On Untitled 5, Kendrick implies that there's a briefcase that he's collecting intel on a hypothetical enemy from. And on Red Button, a song about Drake preparing for this beef.
Man, all this luggage in the lobby like I'm getting traded.
My theory is that both artists knew about the dirt, which is why Kendrick was ready to use it and Drake was prepared to defend against it with the planted dirt angle. What we don't know about what's next is what else Ebony has from that security camera footage. Today, the 13th of May, is most likely when we'll find out, since it's Ebony's deadline for Drake and Akademiks to admit that they were lying about him stealing the case from his father before he presses charges. And it's also the 2-year anniversary of Mr. Morale, which could mean that this is all leading up to a Kendrick response. So what's Ebony's plan, and what other dirt does he have? Ebony's been sharing his plan to hold an auction for the items in November, but he's also made it clear that he's ready to sell the January footage to whoever pays the most for it. As for what might actually be in that footage, and all of this is speculation, but there are rumors from these celebrity blind items, which are sourced from an anonymous tipster who claims to be an entertainment lawyer, a source that predicted this beef ending up in sexual abuse allegations towards minors. These sources recently claimed that Drake and Millie Bobby Brown were on a yacht together when she was still underage, which there's a chance Kendrick was referencing in this 616 line.
Off-white Sunseeker at the marina.
This account is tweeting way too fast for me to catch up right now, but he's putting a lot of focus on the diamonds that Drake bought, the receipts, and possibly more that he left at the Mark, and also sharing this new video that has a sightseer, a target used in gun ranges, as Kendrick also referenced.
Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer.
This is where things go from really dark to even darker for me, so if you're not into the sensitive stuff, this might be a good time to stop. But the blind notes have also been claiming for the past month that Drake and UK rapper Dutchavelli have been feuding behind the scenes, with Dutchavelli, who begged for a Drake feature around the time Drake was first making ties in UK drill and grime, was caught doing career-ending things with minors and animals, and that Drake was prepared to expose him. But what makes this all really weird is that even though the tipster has only alluded to the animal abuse allegations when it comes to Dutchavelli, DJ Academics had this moment on stream last night, claiming he was getting spooky texts and then watching a video with noises of a dog getting abused on his phone. He later claimed in the video that the noises were his dog. But what exactly did he see on the phone then? And why was it so shocking? It seems related to whatever footage Ebony said he had. And it could either be a sign that Drake and his team got the footage, or that Kendrick did and he's getting ready to release a new song with even more allegations and evidence tomorrow. Hope this was helpful in catching up on everything going on. Shout out to Reddit user Valuable Force for summing the info up about Ebony really concisely in this post, and to Celebrity Blinds on TikTok for the detailed breakdowns of the blinds related to the beef.